This is everything I eat as a marathon runner. I'm like, dude, what the hell happened? Which I'll show you shortly. It's called cutting it in quadrants. Oh, lovely. I typically start my mornings with a run. Today, I did a 6-mile track workout at Yellow Jacket Stadium. We did 800s, 600s, and 400s. Prior to that run, I normally run fasted, but I do consume athletic greens and some HVMN ketone shots for extra energy. So this is typically what I feel on during the run. I'll also have some electrolytes as I'm running, but typically I run fasted almost every single day. Then I'll wait around 10:30 and 11 o'clock, which is right now. And then I make my first meal, which is a really, really fat omelet with a nice cup of joe. I almost always consume caffeine, specifically black coffee, 90 minutes or more after waking up, so I let my body naturally wake up and not rely on the caffeine. But enough talking, let's get into the kitchen. So there's typically 2 meals that I make on a consistent basis. One is a really fat omelet with kielbasa beef sausage from Costco. The other option is protein pancakes with Kodiak cake mix. Today we're going with the omelet version. Yellow, orange, red, peppers, and then we have 2 mixes of mushrooms. We're gonna cut up some of that beef. We're gonna get it into a pan with extra virgin olive oil, and then we're gonna mix 4 eggs into that freaking skillet. We have pasture-raised organic eggs. You guys should go down a whole rabbit hole of the type of eggs you should get because there's like 10 different kinds. Most times at a grocery store, the organic pasture-raised is probably gonna be your best option. Stay away from the caged eggs, please. My goal is to at some point cook a meal for Dan Churchill. He showed me how to use the gochujang sauce in the freaking bison bibimbap bowl that he made me last time he was in Austin. So Dan, just know I'm in the kitchen working on my knife skills. Let's check them out. But he told me if you actually go opposite and pull, like the actual like protein or like the actual vegetable like sits where it's at. Cause sometimes when you keep cutting like this, like the shit gets in your way, you know? And then you freaking cut a piece of sausage like that. So with sausage, you can kind of pull, shit! You pull away. That'll do. We need olive oil. So you warm up your pan. Pro tip, cook on medium heat. So many people cook on max heat and a lot of their shit burns. So when you're cooking, you don't want it to have an excess amount of heat. You want it to be hot, but cook on medium. We're gonna be generous with our extra virgin olive oil. And something I learned from Dr. Mark Hyman was if you can find one that's actually from a different country, this one is 100% from Italy, it's 100% Italian. Get it from a different country.
Do you consume any other caffeine besides coffee?
I do not. I'm not a big pre-workout guy, so I don't really consume anything else besides coffee. I'm a big fan of just French press, which is drip coffee pretty much, or taking straight up espresso shots. We need a sizzle once this kielbasa hits this fucking pan, which I still think, oh shit. Now I'm 2 grams of protein less. Oh, that's a subtle sizzle. The kielbasa beef, what I've learned is that it's very easy to cook and you don't need much. If you actually cook it too much, it freaking burns. So what we're gonna do now is I'm gonna get 4 eggs into this bowl. All right, we're gonna attempt. I hear like there's like wiggling room in there. A 1 egg crack here. Let's go! Once the sausage is like kind of half cooked, and you could just tell by how much it like chars. Like even now, I think we could probably keep it in here for a couple more seconds. It's only been like 90 seconds. But what we're gonna do is first, we're gonna mix the egg. So we have 4 eggs in here. I typically consume anywhere from 4 to 5 eggs in the morning. It's a good way to get some extra protein in. I also love this recipe if we have ground beef or bison, because a lot of people need a protein stack in the morning, and getting a lot of protein in to start the day is typically a good idea because you never know what's gonna happen later on. So we're just gonna be generous with our pre-cut peppers. Then we're gonna get mushrooms. And you just hit this with a nice little Gordon Ramsay pop there. Let that simmer. Another thing I learned from Gordon Ramsay was not to salt and season the eggs until the very last second. So we're gonna salt and season, and really when I mean season, I mean salt and pepper, the actual sausage, and peppers. I eat an avocado, if not at least once a day, sometimes twice a day. But this is one of the healthiest fats and one of the highest forms of potassium, more than even bananas. So a lot of you guys should be consuming more avocados or eating more guacamole because it's a really, really nutrient dense food. So once the mushrooms start to like shrink and the peppers kind of like get a nice char, literally just kind of evenly splay the eggs and you let that cook there. My background in omelet cooking. When I was in college, there was a chef, his name was Carlos, and he would make the most fire omelets. He was there my freshman year in college, but not for some reason, it's literally a money reason. They didn't want to pay him the next year. And they basically made these like do-it-yourself omelets where you basically as a student would like pick all the ingredients and then make your own omelet. But after seeing this man rep out all of the omelets that he's made for like me, myself, and all the other football players that were on our team, I then started to enjoy making this as my breakfast brunch food. So, shout out to Carlos.
Matt, how many calories would you say this breakfast is?
I think this breakfast is probably, after the guac and that whole omelet, 600? That might be low. I actually think that's high. I think this is anywhere from 500 to 600. I'm not sure. And I'm not sure because I don't track shit. People always ask me like, dude, like how do you like keep your muscle on? Like, do you track all your calories? I'm like, I track nothing. I've never tracked anything. I would say this meal is anywhere from 500 to 700 calories. This pan has been getting stuck, dude. Is you just flip one of these at a time. Dude, this pan has been kind of like janky. This is as simple as it gets, people. Literally cut the half. There's nothing like a ripe avocado. Twist. Boom! And then you just gotta go with a one stab. And I'm gonna turn this into guac. Actually, I'll probably just eat this on the side. Next, we have our famous sprouted Ezekiel bread. This is flourless. So for people that don't wanna eat a lot of flour, Ezekiel bread, whether you get it from Trader Joe's or Costco, is a great option. At first, it takes like a slight adjustment period to get used to it. I don't know, after you put avocado on it, like, it tastes pretty damn good. We're gonna lower the heat there. This is about to be done, but we wanna time it up well with the toast. So we get the two ends of the avocado. We get a bowl. You scoop it with a spoon, dump it in there. Boom. The secret is apple cider vinegar. ACV, generously there. And then we're just gonna go salt, pepper. You grab a fork and start smashing. As you smash, all that seasoning will kind of get mixed in. I think the biggest thing I'll tell you guys in terms of like food and like the things I eat, like almost everything in here is very like minimally processed, right? I mean, there's so many diets out there. There's so many different ways that people tell you that you should eat this, you should eat that. Like, the biggest thing you guys should do is eat whole foods. Most of the things, avocado, mushroom, peppers, eggs, besides the freaking Ezekiel bread, like everything is like a one ingredient thing. Like that's all it is. You put it together, then you make your food. So keep that in mind. I think that's my biggest tip for anyone is like, there's so many diets. If you can do anything, try to eat whole foods, things that are minimally processed, and you'll be on the right track. So it becomes a messy omelet, Chris. I haven't mastered, see this pan, I need to do a better job of that. Here's the avocado, and then this is gonna go on the toast. So we're gonna have avocado toast, and what I end up doing is putting the pieces of the omelet on the toast, and then it's like an avocado egg toast. Combination, baby.
My thoughts on avocado toast in restaurants. Did you pay for it?
Never. That's the one thing, guys. I will not say never, but I most times will not pay for something that I can make very easily at home. There's nothing you're gonna tell me about some bougie spot in LA or in Austin that's gonna charge $12 for avocado toast because they drizzle some balsamic vinegar and some oil with a small ass tomato on top of it. I'm sorry, I'm hating. Right now, I'm a hater right now. But yeah, I will not buy avocado toast at restaurants because I just make it at home. Like that's how you guys should think. Buy the things at restaurants or at places that you like that you typically can't or don't make at home, or maybe you're not good at making, then it makes logical sense. Like, even though I'm learning how to make more steaks, I will go get a steak at a steakhouse because like they're gonna probably cook it very well, or they're gonna cook it very rare because it's like on point. But I'm not gonna like go and get like bison or beef. Like I can cook that here. All right, this is the meal. We're gonna have a slab of avocado there. And another slab on there. Let's just evenly distribute this. This is my first meal of the day after a morning run. This is one of my favorite things to make in the morning. Let's grab. I'm a big hot sauce guy, so what I do is this. You see how it's now an avocado egg toast? And then you just take the biggest bite possible. That shit hit. So a lot of you guys are gonna ask, like, do I fast every day? I mean, or even maybe why I fast. But I found that it just works for me. Like, I don't feel myself needing to like eat prior to running. A lot of runners say that you need to feel properly, but I've gotten very used to just running fasted, so. The last 3 peppers. That's a wrap for breakfast, people. We just got done grubbing. I have a busy day rest of the day. We have some meetings with some creators. I'm gonna also be filming some content, but I'll bring you guys along for the rest of what I eat as a marathon runner. All right, so we are just uploading some clips here into the drive. It's around 2 o'clock right now. This is my freaking go-to smoothie. I actually made this yesterday, so I didn't get to show you guys, but I will list out everything that's in here. We have frozen mixed berries, spinach, water, dates, protein powder, honey, cinnamon, lion's mane, some peanut butter, and some milk that gets mixed into this goodness. It's roughly 40 grams of protein, probably like 500 calories as well. And I chug a smoothie, not chug, I just drink a smoothie probably once a day. Sometimes I do it in the morning, like after a workout, but other times I'll wait for it to be like my afternoon snack. And I use this as kind of like a pre-workout fuel. But this is my freaking mixed berry smoothie. A lot of like what you guys don't see probably is like the business side of a creator. And as much as like everyone just sees me running shirtless, this is the stuff that kind of helps all of that happen. And it's kind of the dirt. Shout out to Gary Vee. If you see the wall behind me, clouds and dirt. But this is the shit that you gotta have to do. But I actually enjoy some of the business side of it more because there's so many opportunities to scale, to get new opportunities with brands, to work with other creators, and yeah. Literally at home and I'm like, all right, like, you know, normal work day, and like literally the power just went out. And I'm like, dude, what the hell happened? All right, we just had our last sales call. I just took that in the car. My freaking power is out in Austin because it's like 106 degrees. So I just took that call in the car and I'm sweating bullets right now. But it was a good call. Hopefully that is a conversion right there. It's super fun getting to connect with anyone, you know, especially people that follow me for a while. Nonetheless, we're here at the Collective in Austin, Texas. Probably the best gym, not even probably, it is the best gym in Austin, Texas. Give you guys a quick tour. We're gonna get a quick workout in and then I'm gonna go home and make some dinner. This is our second workout of the day. This is Jordan's desk. This is where the magic happens.
Gets done.
This is gonna be the pod setup. I'm like, can we just appreciate these baby canes? Bro, these are fucking tiny. I actually need y'all to understand how tiny these are. Look at this. Yeah, so this is where we're about to host a podcast. Tell them, Jordan. Yep. This is gonna be the whole setup.
So we're gonna paint some more black back here.
Kyla asked, like, do you wanna like record an episode this week? And I was like, I mean, we could. We're gonna cut this part off now. It's a nice set on the freaking incline press, a light incline.
I always feel great. Come in here, smelling salts, pre-workout, on top.
This guy's on some shit, man. Let's go, Matty Ice. I'm back home, but my garage didn't open, which probably means that the power is still not working, which is not good. Yep, it's not working. Which also means I probably won't be able to cook in here, which is not good. We might need to go for a plan B situation, which might mean Chipotle or Cabo Bob's. All right, it's unfortunate my freaking power's out at home, which means it's gonna be challenging for me to cook a meal. We're gonna resort to plan B, which it's not the worst resort. I'm a big fan of Chipotle. Specifically here in Austin, I'm a big fan of Cabo Bob's, but at this time of the hour, Cabo Bob's is gonna be freaking packed. Chipotle less packed. Yeah, so I mean, this is obviously not ideal, but in these circumstances, I like to go to places that somewhat are fast casual, but also serve decently whole foods. I'm not saying that Chipotle is a saint in the sense of being completely whole food, but I mean, look, they have protein, they have freaking rice, they have veggies, single ingredient things. So it's a do, you know? I think at times being flexible, being adaptable is critical, especially with diet and food. But yeah, we're gonna round this out as kind of our dinner for the night. Damn it! I can't believe the power's still out. This is what happens when you live in Austin, Texas. 100-degree weather. Insane. The grid just shuts down. What's up, man? Can I get a bowl to go? We got it. The bag. As y'all can see, it's dark as shit in here. We have no power. I like opportunities like this where you have to lean into solitude. You have to lean into a quiet space. There's no distractions. And in a world with so many distractions, we sit here in silence. Let's start off with opening this box. Boom! That is the Chipotle bowl. We got rice, we got black beans and pinto beans, steak and chicken, double meat, double protein. Then we got pico, which is their salsa. We got corn, sour cream, and cheese. And we're gonna grub. They skipped me on the steak. I always go double meat, so I had to get chicken because they pretty much had no steak left. Just kind of threw a wrench in the thought of this video. I wanted to make all my home meals, but like I said in the car, sometimes you gotta adjust. I'm also a big fan of this Tabasco. If you've never used it, I highly recommend you try it. It adds a nice smokiness to the Chipotle bowl. Also got a tortilla. Chipotle bowl, completely destroyed. We got dessert in the dark. Now we're gonna rinse these a little bit. There's one thing I've realized about not having power. It's super humbling. Because not only is it warm in here, but it just makes you appreciate having power. By the way, this is the last thing I'm eating for the day. And I'm gonna go to sleep. Pretty good. All right, well, that's everything I eat in a day. As a marathon runner, it was a little janky because the power outage, I didn't get to cook my dinner at home, but what can you do? Now it's time for me to go to sleep. Peace.